Mr. Bunyetsky, can you please tell the court what happened in the early hours of Saturday the 7th of June at the Birdcage nightclub, Boar Lane, Leeds?
I was in there just having a good time. Later in the evening I went to the toilet and there was a guy asking for a time. I had absolutely no idea what time it was, but he didn't believe me. I guess it was the accent. I was abused racially. He pushed me on the ground and kept threatening me for no reason. I stood up to walk away, but he grabbed me from behind, holding a knife to my neck. I managed to push him away. He fell on the ground. I ran off.
Thank you, Mr. Bunyetsky. Your home country is Russia. Can you tell me, at the time of the incident, how long had you been in the UK?
Not for long. 2 weeks. Maybe 3.
And your family, are they with you?
My father left me when I was young. My mother was murdered a few years ago. And my sister died in a car accident. So no, my family is not with me.
So you came to this country to get a fresh start?
Exactly.
Since coming to the UK at the time of the incident, have you experienced any racial hatred or abuse?
A lot of abusive. People call me all kinds of names.
Must have been very frightening for you. I put it to the court that this is clearly the reason Mr. Bunyetsky fled the scene on Saturday the 7th of June, because he was in fear for his own life. Thank you, Your Honour. No further questions. Your witness.
Mr. Bunyetsky, could you tell me about your movements before arriving at the Birdcage nightclub?
I went to a couple of bars.
And how much would you say you had had to drink by 1:15 a.m?
A couple of beers. 1, maybe 2 shots. I'm not a big drinker.
You say you're not a big drinker, and yet less than a month after the incident, you were admitted to Leeds General Infirmary with alcohol poisoning.
Objection! This information has nothing to do with the case.
Overruled. Is this leading anywhere, Miss Grayson?
Thank you, Your Honour. It is. We also found on your medical records that at the time of the incident you were taking citalopram and chlorpromazine for a mental health condition. Is that correct?
Yes, I guess so.
You guess so. I have it on your record that you were prescribed daily doses of 20 milligrams of citalopram and up to 200 milligrams of chlorpromazine. Both advised against alcohol, and yet you admit you had been drinking on the night in question.
Well, I guess, I think, look, listen, I might have been, but it doesn't mean anything. I've taken those for years and never had any problems. That's all I can say.
Mr. Bunyetsky, you say you saw Mr. Phelan fall to the ground, but you did not see that he was injured. CCTV footage shows you running from the toilets at approximately 1:17 a.m, clutching the front of your shirt, which appeared to have a dark stain on it. We believe this to be Mr. Phelan's blood. You were also seen following Mr. Phelan into the toilets at approximately 1:12 a.m. We also have a witness statement from one of the door staff. He stated, "He broke up an argument between you and Mr. Phelan earlier that evening. It looked like it was about to get physical." Speaking of physical, how did you escape the chokehold in the toilets? Are you a trained martial artist?
No, I do not have any martial arts training.
And the knife, Mr. Bunyetsky? The knife you claim belonged to Mr. Phelan. When he was found, the knife was in his right hand. Mr. Phelan is left-handed, Mr. Bunyetsky. And the knife made in Russia. It was your knife, wasn't it, Mr. Broniecki? You pulled out the knife, you stabbed Mr. Phelan, and you placed your knife in his right hand before fleeing the scene.
Well,
No further questions, Your Honour.